Untold, The Girlfriend Who Didn't Exist is a 2022 American Netflix original documentary film directed by Tony Vainuku and Ryan Duffy. The film is the sixth installment in the 9-part Untold documentary film series. Its story follows the life and career of All-American Notre Dame football player Manti and explores how a clandestine online relationship threatened both his career and legacy. The film was released on August 16, 2022. High school career. Teo played for Punahou School, a private co-ed institution in Honolulu, where he had also attended middle school. Teo began his varsity career in 2006 with stellar play that won him selection to the second-team All-State roster as a sophomore. As a junior in 2007, Teo was named the State Defensive Player of the Year by the Honolulu Advertiser and the Gatorade State Player of the Year. He received first-team All-State honors while totaling 90 tackles and 5 sacks on defense and 400 rushing yards and 10 touchdowns as a running back. Teo drew considerable attention from colleges and recruiters in the process. Teo came into his senior year as one of the most celebrated players and recruits both on the state and national levels, landing on a number of national top 10 recruiting lists before the start of the season. He received offers from over 30 college programs. During his senior year, Teo helped lead Punahou to its first ever state championship in football during the 2008 season. He amassed 129 tackles, including 11 sacks, forced 3 fumbles, tipped 4 passes and totaled 19 quarterback hurries. On offense at running back, Teo rushed for 176 yards and 4 touchdowns and had 3 receptions, 2 for touchdowns. He also had 3 interceptions, returning 149 yards for a touchdown. He also returned a blocked punt for a touchdown. He received his second straight Gatorade State Player of the Year award for his play during the season and was named First-Team All-State and the State Defensive Player of the Year for the second straight season. Teo was such a force that the Honolulu Advertiser considered just naming him the overall State Player of the Year. He is regarded as one of the most highly recruited athletes, both in football and for any sport, in the history of the state of Hawaii. In 2008, Teo won the inaugural Butkus Award at the high school level, awarded to the best prep linebacker in the United States. He was also named the 2008 Sporting News High School Athlete of the Year, becoming the first person from the state of Hawaii and the first athlete of Polynesian descent to receive the award. USA Today named Teo the National Defensive Player of the Year and a first-team All-American. He is only the third high school player from Hawaii to be named to the USA Today All-American team, after Pat Kessie in 1990 and Jason Ching in 1995. Teo was also named to the 2009 Parade All-American team as well. On January 10, 2010, Teo was named the Hawaii State Defensive Player of the Decade by the Honolulu Advertiser. College recruitment and rankings. Teo was nationally regarded as one of the elite prospects of the class of 2009. Major recruiting service Rivals.com listed him as a 5-star recruit, the first from Hawaii since Jonathan Mapu in 2002, and ranked him second among inside linebackers only behind Vontaz Burfict. Also listed as 5-star recruit, Teo was ranked as the number 1 strong side linebacker in his class by Scout.com. On National Signing Day of 2009, Teo committed to the University of Notre Dame. He chose the Fighting Irish, then coached by Charlie Weis, over Brigham Young and Southern California. Teo was the first USA Today Defensive Player of the Year to commit to the Irish since Corey Minor in 1995. College career. Teo enrolled in the University of Notre Dame, where he played for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish football team from 2009 to 2012. Freshman season. Teo entered his first college game at the start of the second defensive series early in the second quarter versus Nevada on September 5, 2009. On his third snap, Teo tackled Wolfpack quarterback Colin Kaepernick after an 11-yard gain on 3rd and 15 for his first collegiate tackle. After playing, but not starting, his first 3 games, Teo made his first collegiate start in the Irish's game versus Purdue. He played in all 12 games of his freshman season and finished the season with 63 tackles, the third most tackles ever by a Notre Dame freshman behind Bob Golick and Ross Browner. Teo also recorded 5.5 tackles for loss and 1 sack. On December 8, 2009, Teo was named a freshman All-American by College Football News. He was also named a second-team freshman All-American by Rivals.com. Sophomore season. Teo moved from outside to inside linebacker in 2010 as Notre Dame switched to a 3-4 defensive scheme under defensive coordinator Bob Diaco. On April 30, 2010, Teo was named to the 2010 Lombardi Award and Nagurski Award watch lists. Teo led the Fighting Irish in tackles with 133, and was second in tackles for loss with 9.5. Against Stanford on September 25, Teo finished with 21 total tackles. This total represents a career high for Teo and is also the most tackles in a game by an individual for Notre Dame since 2006. Teo was named one of 16 semi-finalists for both the Butkus Award and the Bednarik Award for Top College Defensive Player. He was also named a second-team All-American by NC. Junior season. Teo led the Fighting Irish in tackles for the second straight season in 2011 with 128. He also led the team in tackles for loss with 13.5 and finished second in sacks with 5.0. Teo was a finalist for the Butkus Award and the Lott Trophy and was selected as the 2011 FBS Independent Defensive Player of the Year. Teo was named a second-team All-American by the Associated Press, Walter Camp Football Foundation, Rivals.com, Phil Steele, NC. He was also named to the Capital One Academic All-American Second Team. Senior season. Teo announced on December 11, 2011, that he would return to Notre Dame for his senior season. Teo entered his final season as one of 10 players in Notre Dame history to record over 300 career tackles and started the season 8th on the career tackles list for the Fighting Irish. During the season, Teo was the leading tackler and leader in interceptions for a 12-0 Notre Dame team which had the second-ranked scoring defense in the country. He had 103 tackles in the regular season, including 5.5 tackles for loss and 1.5 sacks. Teo also led the team, as well as all FBS linebackers, in interceptions. Teo's 7 interceptions during the 2012 season are the most by any FBS linebacker since 2001. He ranked third in the nation at 0.58 interceptions per game, and overall only Fresno State safety Philip Thomas had more, with 8 interceptions that season. Teo's season high per game was 2 interceptions for 28 yards against Michigan. In the 2012 season, Notre Dame ranked second in the nation in scoring defense and ranked in the top 19 nationally in 4 other defensive categories: 5th in rushing defense, 6th in total defense, 12th in pass efficiency defense and 19th in sacks. Teo's 8.58 tackles per game is 3.5 more per game than the squad's next most prolific tackler, Zeke Motta. Teo is one of the most decorated defensive players in college football history. He won the 2012 Defensive Impact Player of the Year Lott Trophy, as well as the Maxwell Award, the Chuck Bednarik Award, the Bronco Nagurski Trophy, the Butkus Award, the Lombardi Award, and the Walter Camp Award. In addition, he was named a National Scholar Athlete by the National Football Foundation. One of 3 finalists for the Heisman Trophy, TEO eventually finished second in the voting to Texas A&M quarterback Johnny Manziel. In the BCS National Championship game, TEO recorded 10 tackles in a 42-14 loss to a 12-1 Alabama team which won its third national championship in 4 years. Alabama took control from the start and led 14-0 after the first quarter and extended its lead to a 28-0 score by halftime. TEO finished with 7 assists and 3 solo tackles. College career statistics. TEO has 437 total tackles in his 4-year career at Notre Dame. He ranks third all-time in school history behind Bob Crable and Bob Golick. He started in 47 consecutive games, beginning with the 4th game of his freshman season, at that point the longest streak of any linebacker in the country. He joins Crable as the second player in Notre Dame history to record 100-plus tackles in 3 consecutive seasons. All statistics from Notre Dame official athletics site. Professional career. TEO decided to return to Notre Dame after the 2011 season despite being projected a late first-round pick for the 2012 NFL Draft as early as mid-season of 2011. In preseason mock drafts from May 2012, TEO was listed as a late first-rounder for the 2013 NFL Draft as well. By mid-season, he had moved up to the mid-first round. Notre Dame has not seen one of their linebackers selected in the first round since Bob Crable in 1982. At the conclusion of the 2012 college football season, TEO signed with agent Tom Condon. He was training at the IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida, in preparation for the NFL Draft. TEO attended the NFL Combine under a lot of scrutiny by NFL teams. His comparably slow time of 4.82 in the 40-yard dash was disappointing, but he promised to do a lot better at his Notre Dame Pro Day. After the Combine, Sports Illustrated projected TEO to fall out of the first round. At Notre Dame Pro Day on March 26, TEO ran faster according to ESPN's Todd McShay. San Diego Chargers. 2013 season. 2014 season. 2015 season. 2016 season. New Orleans Saints. On March 21, 2017, TEO signed a 2-year contract with the New Orleans Saints. He led the Saints in tackles for loss during the 2017 season. He was a healthy and active for all but 5 games of the 2018 season and was not re-signed when his contract expired. After TEO did not play for most of the 2019 season, New Orleans re-signed him on December 3, 2019. Chicago Bears. On October 20, 2020, TEO was signed to the Chicago Bears practice squad. He was placed on the practice squad/COVID-19 list by the team on December 7, 2020, and restored to the practice squad on December 19. He was elevated to the active roster on January 9, 2021, for the team's wildcard playoff loss against the New Orleans Saints, and reverted to the practice squad after the game. His practice squad contract with the team expired after the season on January 18, 2021. Personal life. TEO was born in Laie, Hawaii, on January 26, 1991, of Samoan ancestry. He is the son of Brian and Adelia TEO and has 5 siblings, sisters Brianne, Tiair, Eden, and Maya and brother Manasseh. In high school, TEO had a 3.5 grade point average and did volunteer work with the Shriners Hospital, Head Start preschool program, Hawaii Food Bank and Special Olympics. TEO also became an Eagle Scout in November 2008. TEO is an active member of The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. In February 2020, TEO became engaged to his girlfriend, personal trainer, and beauty consultant Jovi Nicole Inbino. The couple married in San Diego, California, on August 29, 2020. Teo has a daughter, Hiro Teo, born August 12, 2021. Catfishing incident. Teo told many media outlets that both his grandmother and his girlfriend had died on September 11, 2012. Teo said that his girlfriend, Stanford University student Lena Ikekua, had been injured in a car accident, and was discovered during her treatment to have leukemia. Teo did not miss any football games for Notre Dame, saying that he had promised Kekua he would play even if something had happened to her. Many sports media outlets reported on these tragedies during Teo's strong 2012 season and emergence as a Heisman Trophy candidate. After receiving an anonymous email tip in January 2013, reporters Timothy Burke and Jack Dickey of the sports blog Deadspin conducted an investigation into Kekua's identity. On January 16, they published an article alleging Kekua did not exist and pointed to a person named Rana Anaya Tuiasazipo, a transgender woman who presented as male at the time, as involved in the hoax of a relationship with Teo. Tuiasazipo has been described as a family friend or acquaintance of Teo. Pictures of Kekua that had been published in the media were actually of Diane O'Meara, a former high school classmate of Tuiasazipo. On the same day the Deadspin article was published, Notre Dame issued a statement that Manti had been the victim of what appears to be a hoax in which someone using the fictitious name Lena Ikekua apparently ingratiated herself with Manti and then conspired with others to lead him to believe she had tragically died of leukemia. In a press conference, Notre Dame athletic director Jack Swarbrick confirmed the university had hired private investigators to uncover the source of the hoax, and he clarified that Teo's relationship with Kekua was exclusively an online relationship. This conflicted with previous accounts from Teo and his family that the couple had first met after a football game. Swarbrick then visited Teo in Hawaii. Swarbrick said Teo informed Notre Dame of the hoax on December 26, 2012, after receiving a phone call on December 6 from the woman he knew as Kekua, claiming she was still alive. However, Teo mentioned Kekua's death in at least 4 separate interviews in the days following the phone call. In response to the growing suspicions that he was involved in the hoax, Teo agreed to a January 18, 2013, interview with sports journalist Jeremy Schopp in which he maintained his innocence. Teo explained he had lied to his father and others about meeting her in person because he thought he would be seen as crazy for having a serious relationship with a woman he had never met in person. Teo said he was angered and confused by the December 6 phone call and had continued to speak of Kekua because the situation was unclear to him. Teo further explained that Tuiasazipo claimed to be a cousin of Lena Ikekua, and that the two of them had communicated online over the last several years and met once in person at the 2012 Notre Dame/USC game. Teo said Tuiasazipo admitted responsibility for the hoax in a telephone conversation on January 16. In a January 24, 2013, interview on Katie with Katie Couric, Teo played 3 voicemails left by Kekua and said the voice sounds like a girl. In an appearance on Dr. Phil on January 31 and February 1, Tuiasazipo confessed to the hoax and admitted to falling in love with Teo and using the Kekua identity. Tuiasazipo also recreated the female voice behind a privacy screen. Relatives of Tuiasazipo told the New York Post that Kekua's voice belonged to Tuiasazipo's cousin. Despite the revelation Kekua did not exist, former NFL player Reagan Maui said he met someone twice, claiming to be Kekua, and they had been introduced by Tuiasazipo, whom he believed to be Kekua's cousin. Teo's experience was the subject of a 2-part Netflix documentary, Untold, The Girlfriend Who Didn't Exist, which was released in August 2022.